Giants may be legendary mythical creatures, but in fact they are not as implausible as you might think. There are real people in the world who could boast of such impressive size and power that you will just be fucked. Catch this list of 10 real giants of our planet. Let's go. Number 10. The Giant André. This is one of the most famous giants in pop culture. Frenchman André became famous for his wrestling performances in the 70s and 80s. Then he became an actor, and his most famous role was Physics in The Princess Bride. WWI announced that André's height is 2 meters 25 centimeters, and her weight is 235 kilograms. Despite the fact that information about his size varies, there is no doubt that he was much taller and larger than other fighters. For example, in this picture you can see how gigantic his hand is, in which he holds a 340-gram can of beer. And this photo is not Photoshop. André's friends called him the greatest drunkard on earth because he won the WW title and after drinking 40 liters of beer in one sitting. Undercover cops always followed André when he was on his way to knock out at some bar, because one day he got drunk and fell asleep on someone. The police wanted to make sure this wouldn't happen again. Just imagine how scared the man was when this snoring giant was lying on him. Number 9. Hafthor Julius Bjornsson. Fans of Game of Thrones will immediately recognize this guy. In this series, he played the role of Gregor Clegane, nicknamed the Mountain. Of course, this is an appropriate nickname. The Icelander Hafthor weighs 181 kilograms, and his height is 2 meters and 10 centimeters. But what people don't know is that it wasn't always so powerful. Initially, Hafthor was a basketball player and looked completely different. However, his career was short-lived due to a serious knee injury, and after that he decided to become a strongman. Now it is so powerful that it can pull 450 kilograms in deadlift. He took part in many strongman competitions, won countless titles over the years. In the 2017 year, he took second place in the competition The Strongest Man on the Planet. If he continues in this spirit, he will soon be able to take the first place. If you are surprised why the one who is called a mountain is located only in 9th place in our top, then you definitely need to watch this video to the end. 8th place, Cho Hong-man. Cho Hong-man is a giant South Korean with a mass of mini. First of all, he is a kickboxer and a mixed martial arts fighter. The height of the PM is 2 meters 19 centimeters, and the weight is 150 kilograms. Just imagine a fight against such a giant. One of his rivals said, "He is dangerous. His knees were literally at the level of my head. He's not even human." He was nicknamed Techno Goliath because he danced to techno after every victory. But this is only one side of the PM. He is also a singer. In 2000, he founded a duo together with Korean supermodel Kim Soo-hee. They called the duo the Beauty of the Beast. Despite the fact that this is not the most flattering nickname for Hong Manchue, it is quite accurate. Hong-man is a famous celebrity in South Korea. He has collaborated in the development of many products over the years. He definitely got the most out of his gigantic growth. Number 7. Olivier Richter's. A distinctive feature of Olivier Richter's is that he is considered the tallest bodybuilder in history. He is frighteningly tall and incredibly strong. The height of the Dutch giant is 2 meters 19 centimeters, and the weight is more than 140 kilograms. So that you can better understand Olivier's gigantic size, look at the photos in which he towers over other famous bodybuilders. For example, here is a photo of him with Martin Ford. Martin Ford is already tall, his height is 2 meters and 7 centimeters. But look how much taller Olivier is. Olivier also often posts photos on Instagram, which shows his way to success changing the body. Olivier plans to become an actor, but at the moment he owns a meat company in the Netherlands. This is a pretty good business for a bodybuilder, since he always has free access to the necessary proteins. Yao Ming is a former basketball player. I think a basketball player is an obvious profession for those who are giants. Yao Ming's height is 240 centimeters and during his last season he was the tallest player in the NBA. And that says a lot. Imagine that you are so tall that the rest of the NBA players on the court feel small. Since Yao was born in China, basketball was an integral part of his family. Both of Yao's parents were basketball players. He started his career in China playing for the Shanghai Sharks, but eventually made his way to the NBA. I started playing for the Houston Rockets in the 2002 year, and retired in the 2011 year due to a series of knee and foot injuries. At his peak, Yao was known all over the world. He was probably the most famous athlete in China. He has also made several major sponsorship deals throughout his career. They even made a documentary about him called The Year of Yao. The film is dedicated to his debut year in the NBA. Upon returning to China, I bought my former team Shanghai Sharks. This is the life of a real rich man. 5th place. I'm at Daphne's. I'm the only woman on Daphne's list. She was listed in the Guinness Book of Records during her lifetime as the tallest woman in the world. Her height was 237 centimeters. She got such sizes as a result of a tumor in the pituitary gland, because of which she never stopped growing. At the age of 11, her height was 188 centimeters. Unfortunately, she was born into a poor family and could never receive proper medical care. Yao became famous because of her gigantism and went on tour with her father. This happened only after the Guinness Book of Records found out about her, after which she became famous all over the world. A lot of documents were signed about her and her state of health, and she was even visited by the tallest man in China named Jian Su Insai after her hospitalization due to an unfortunate fall. Number 4. Sultan Qasim. Now Sultan Qasim is the tallest man on the planet. His height is 256 centimeters, and no one is even close to the same height. In fact, the Sultan is so tall that he needs crutches for support when walking. Sultan began to grow rapidly only after 10 years and stopped growing at 28, when he finally received treatment to stop growth. The Sultan said that there was an advantage in such growth. He could easily help the family with household chores, for example, to change a light bulb. But there are drawbacks to such growth. He can't find clothes to fit in a regular car. Sultan is a member of the Samuan Magic Circus and performs with various numbers around the world. In the year 2013, the Sultan got married. Now he is almost a meter taller than his wife, and her height is 176 centimeters. But their main problem is not in growth, but in communication, since they speak different languages. The Sultan speaks Kurdish and Turkish, and his wife speaks Arabic. But hey, love is made to overcome obstacles, isn't it? 3rd place, Denis and Films. Denis Tsaplenkov is a 36-year-old Ukrainian bodybuilder, an arm wrestling champion. His height is 185 centimeters, and his weight is 139 kilograms of pure muscle mass. His hands are abnormally sized, and they really set him apart from others. They are so big that people think his photos are photoshopped. Rest assured, this is not the case. His wrists are 24 centimeters in girth, and the size of his biceps is 63.5 centimeters in girth. 2nd place, Sajat Gharibi. Sajat Gharibi is known on the internet as the Iranian Hulk or the Persian Hercules, and it is not difficult to understand why this 26-year-old satchel weighs about 155 kilograms. Its height is 188 centimeters. The size of his torso roughly corresponds to a giant mahogany tree. This real Hulk can lift a barbell weighing 175 kilograms. He became famous after people found his Instagram account, in which Gharibi shows his impressive size. In order for people to better understand his size, he also puts up photos that hold ordinary everyday items. And before we move on to the most nuclear place on the list, write in the comments how healthy and gigantic you are. Write your height and weight in the comments, it will be interesting to read. For example, my height is 216. 1st place, Robert Wiedlow. Robert Wiedlow is the tallest registered person in history. He was born in Walton, Illinois, in 1918 and was known as the Giant from Illinois. He was also called the Alton Giant. Wiedlow's height reached an incredible 272 centimeters. Throughout his life, his height remained the most distinctive impressive feature. For 8 years he had been taller than his father, whose height was 180 centimeters. When he graduated from high school, his height was 256 centimeters. Also, let's not forget that Robert weighed more than 222 kilograms. The Giant died at just 22 due to an infection in his leg. To this day, the Giant Robert is still being paid tribute. For example, a life-size statue was built in his hometown in his honor. Like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so as not to miss the coolest tops in the world. And also check out a few of our previous releases. Thanks for watching.